Hey guys, June 21st, the last box number 12 in my year-long subscription with Retro Game Treasure Box. So I got a subscription to this last year. I had gotten a promotional deal. On top of that, I had gotten some of those prepaid credit cards that I had left over from Father's Day. So I said, you know what, I'm going to give this a try. It works out to between $27 and $29 a month. And pretty much anything from Atari up to the GameCube, PS2. So what you do is you fill out the sheet. It's a pretty big spreadsheet of games that you already own, games that you're looking for, quality of games that you would like to have, and also different genres. So if you're an RPG guy, if you like puzzle games, action adventure. So it is pretty detailed, but you do have to sit there and really work on it. And the first couple of boxes I wasn't too happy with. I had to keep tinkering with the list of what I had and what I didn't have and what systems I was actually collecting for. So we'll open this guy up and we'll see what we get out of it. My experience with the box was, it wasn't horrible. In those winter months when you can't really get out, it's nice to know that you're getting a couple of video games sent to your door once a month. But, overall I would say, honestly, between 6 and 8 months a year, I can get out to flea markets and yard sales. So, I wouldn't resubscribe to this, although I did think that this was, overall, I would say that this was fair. 6.5, maybe a 7 out of 10 for this particular subscription service. So, without further ado, let's open up this box and see what we get in our final box. It's kind of bittersweet. Like I said, there was boxes that I didn't enjoy, but at the same time, there were a few good boxes. There were a couple of cool games that we got over the year, and we're gonna see how we end the month-long subscription. So we'll start with the Super Nintendo game, and our first one is the Incredible Hulk on Super Nintendo. And I made sure to have my lists as up to date as I wanted to sit there, like as much time as I wanted to put into it. And this is a game I don't have, Incredible Hulk, for the SNES. I'm hoping that it's a good game. From what I can remember, I think I played it a long time ago. It's a side scroller, beat 'em up. Dragon Warrior for the NES, a game I do have, and I'm sure I put on the list that I do have. Akari Warriors 2. This is Victory Road. The first one was really good, and I do not have this, so this does go into the collection. Not a bad game. And to end off our subscription box, this was a 4-game box. That's also something that I should caveat. Each box will have between 3 and 5 games, and sometimes you'll get some accessories. Myself, I got the Super Nintendo mouse, which was by a third party, which actually works really well. And then I got the N64 plugin that you would use for Pokemon Stadium. So by Trade West, this is Off-Road, Super Off-Road. I myself really enjoy the Super Nintendo version. And 2 months ago, last month maybe even, I got the Nintendo 64 version. So this is the NES version of Off-Road. And this is a 4-player game. You need that 4 score to play it. Off the top of my head, I can only think of this and Nightmare on Elm Street. That would be a 4-player game. Obviously, if there are more 4-player games, let me know down in the comments and help my video game knowledge, jog my memory. So overall, this box, I'll say this was a good box again. 3 Nintendo games. Even the one that I did have, Dragon Warrior, is still a pretty good game. And we have, of course, the Incredible Hulk for the Super Nintendo. This is the Loch Ness Monster Show. So, obviously, I like getting Super Nintendo games. I would say, yeah, 7 on 10. This is not a bad subscription service. You can pay in Canadian or American. They ship, you can have them email you or even text you when your shipment is out monthly. And it is fairly quick, with the exception of 1 month where there was a disruption in the Canadian Postal Service. But they even sent out emails saying that, look, we know that the mail's going to be slow this month, so we're going to send out your package on the 10th. as opposed to the 17th or the 18th of every month. And I got it still on the 20th, so I got to give them kudos for their shipping. The boxes, like I had mentioned in the previous video, are pretty cool. They are Legend of Zelda-esque, so if you're into displaying boxes on your shelves, you know, one or two of them is pretty cool to keep on the shelf. I've never had a game that didn't work. For the most part, all the games were very clean. The labels looked great. One or two exceptions, like I know it's not in grabbing distance, but I did get a couple of Sega CD games that were just in a CD case with a printed out piece of paper that said Retro Game Treasure box. You know, at least it was protected, but if you're getting Saturn or Sega CD games, you would like the case. So again, you know, in summation, I would say it's not horrible. If you can't get out to a retro store, or the prices are crazy at those stores, or you can't get out you know, weekly or even monthly to a yard sale or a flea market, this is a good avenue. It's a good way to build up your collection. But for a collector that's got, you know, in the triple digits for most systems, I think I would go back to just the hunting. So this is just my opinion, you know, everyone's entitled to their own. You might think it's a great subscription. You might have a subscription to something else that really works for you. But, you know, I'm happy with the games I got, and I appreciate the time for you guys stopping by and checking this out. I am going to the flea market tomorrow, so that's exciting for me because today was my last day of work. I'm off for 7 weeks now. I am a phys ed teacher, so, you know, I get off when the kids are off, and looking forward to a relaxing summer and filming a lot of hunting, hopefully video games and toys. So again, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in about a week. Take care.